In this YouTube video, we'll show you how to use the power of using video as a conversation starter to build trust with potential clients and ultimately grow your business. With the power of video, you can connect with your audience on a deeper level and build trust in a way that text-based content simply can't match. By taking the time to understand your client's needs and creating video content that speaks directly to them, you'll be able to establish that crucial connection that builds trust with your client.
Hi there, my name is Jamie. I am the Managing Director of Sales here at Insurance Centers of America, and I head up the Producer Investment Program. And in our program, we successfully use video to get the attention of our prospects. So today, what we're going to do is we're actually going to dig in and show you how to actually record a video and then send that video to a prospect so that you can get their attention. So I'm going to talk about some of the details of how we can actually do that. First, we want to make sure that we've got our equipment prepared. And that means, making sure that you've got a good webcam. Usually the webcam on your laptop is going to be pretty good. Sometimes people use a separate webcam that they set up. So you just want to make sure you've got a good video source to help with the recording. You also want to make sure that your microphone is working and that you've got good sound quality. You also want to make sure that you've got a really strong internet connection because that helps to keep from having any interruption. Just check your internet stability and make sure that that is strong. The next thing that you want to do is you want to actually plan the video out. Now this takes a little bit of time, but you can usually do this pretty quickly, and I'll give you a few tips here. First, you want to determine what the message is, and what we're talking about really is just trying to start a conversation with a prospect that you've never talked with before. And you're using video to do that. So keep that in mind when you're talking about building the content or planning your video, is that you're trying to use this video and what you're saying to build trust. So you want to write a script, and you want to keep that script fairly short because you don't want to be sending a long video to someone. They'll likely not watch the whole thing. You also want to practice. A really good way to do that is to come in, turn on the video or turn on your camera and practice going through the script, looking into the camera and making eye contact so that you kind of have an idea of how you want it to flow and how you're going to say everything so that it comes across a little bit more polished. Here at Insurance Centers of America and in the Producer Investment Program, what we tell our producers to do is really keep the video more about the prospect, less about you. Do some research on them. Like, for example, if you go into LinkedIn, a really good tip, making the video about the customer. LinkedIn's a really, really good source to be able to go in and be able to learn about that prospect very quickly, usually, because you can look at their profile and then you can make the video about them based on their profile. For example, so I'm looking at Sarah Baker here. You can tell, how she describes herself, helping the independent agent. So I know that about her. I know that she's a graphic web designer, and I might be able to use that in my video. I can see that she works for Insurance Centers of America. I can see where she went to school. And if you kind of go down and look at, their activity, you can see like how engaged they are in LinkedIn. And maybe you can use some of that in your video to talk about them. I always like to read the about portion of people because that tells you a lot about them as well. And you might be able to use some of the things that you read about them in your video. And so you can see how LinkedIn then now really becomes a great way to be able to learn about the prospect and make the video about them. Then when you're shooting the video, you can talk about them instead of talking about yourself. So the rule that I would give you is that you want to make this 90% about the customer, about the prospect, and maybe only 5 or 10% about you. And that really resonates with the prospects that you're trying to get in contact with. Now we're to the point where you want to actually shoot this video. Okay, so we talked about getting set up, getting your script ready. Now let's talk about actually recording the video. And so I'm sharing my screen here, and this is the first page of Dubb. We use Dubb.com as our software, the platform for us to be able to shoot videos. It's highly effective. I know that there's other vendors out there with Insurance Centers of America and the Producer Investment Program. We have used Dubb very successfully. It's an easy platform to use, and it's got a lot of really good features. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to actually record a video. So from any page in Dubb, there's this icon up here that says record or upload a video, and it looks like a video camera. So when you click on that, it takes you to this page here, and then it turns on my camera and I can see myself, right? And we talked about, making sure that you kind of practice this a little bit, see what your background looks like so that you can be set up and be ready. Lots of times it'll ask you, if you're doing this for your first time, if you want to set up your video and your audio. And so you want to make sure that you have those things set up so that when you record the video, it's actually getting the video and it's actually picking up your sound. Now, a tip for that is if you look down here, I'm pointing my mouse down here to the bottom at microphone, and you can see that as I'm talking, it's registering, it's picking up my sound. So lots of times producers have gone in here that we're coaching and they haven't checked that part. They cut the video and it doesn't pick up their sound. So that's just a tip to make sure that you are making sure that everything is working. Now you want to make sure that you're positioned correctly, right? So you can see that I'm in the middle of the camera kind of view. You want to make sure that you know where your camera is and that you're looking at the camera and you're making that eye contact, because that eye contact becomes something that is a really strong piece in connecting with the prospect. If they feel like you're talking to them and you're looking at the video, it comes across more genuine. So you kind of want to make sure you've got all these things set up before you actually record and start the video. This video, I'm going to actually shoot a video and show you how this process works. So when you hit this button here in the middle, very simple, it's the record button. When I hit it, you'll see here that it counts down. So it gives you time to be able to jump in and start right when the countdown ends. And so what I like to do usually, and this is going to be kind of a little script that I'm going to use. Let's say that I've connected with Sarah on LinkedIn. I sent her a connection request. She just actually connected with me. So I want to send her a little video to thank her. So this is kind of how I would say it. I'd say, hey, Sarah, this is Jamie. We just connected on LinkedIn. I'm super excited that you accepted my connection request. I think that there's probably a possibility for us to be able to help each other in one way or another as connections on LinkedIn. And by the way, I'm using video right now because I think the video is a little bit more effective. I really wanted to reach out to you. I really want to be able to have the opportunity to work with you. So I shot this personalized video just for you. And you know what? I'd really like to get your feedback on what you think. This is different than email, right? You usually get emails and they're usually long and sometimes those get deleted. So I want to shoot this personalized video just for you. Hope all is well. Looking forward to working with you in the future. So that could be like a really quick script that you would use. And then when I'm done, is very simple, is you just come down and if you like your video, you click on this check mark and that will save the video. If you don't like the video, you click on the X, that will just cancel it out and delete it. And you can start again. What I do is I keep my hand on the mouse so that when it's time to end the video, I can hit that check mark and then it's going to save the video. And so when you hit that check mark, it then does this as you saw, and it actually is now uploading my thumbnail and the video. And so there's a few things that you want to do once you have shot the video so that you can keep this organized and make sure that you're sending the right videos to the right people. And then I want to actually show you how you can send this video to a prospect in a couple different ways. Now, the first thing that I do is I come up to this pencil here and I click on that. And since I'm sending this video to Sarah, for example, I like to put in, and I'm just going to type it in, Sarah. So I'm going to put Sarah's name in there, and then I'm going to save that by hitting this check mark over here so that I know that this video was for Sarah. And the reason why I'm doing that is today, I'm probably going to shoot 5 to 10 videos. And so as I'm shooting these videos, I want to make sure that I know which video is for Sarah, or else I'll send somebody the wrong video. Now, how do we share the video? You come over to here, and a really, really quick way, an easy way to do this is by clicking on this icon over here that says copy for email with GIF preview. And so when you click on that, you can see it says here, copied, now paste in the email body. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can do this. A best practice, I will say, is sending the video both by email and also by LinkedIn. So I'm going to come into my Outlook, and then I can come right into the body of my email, but you would write a little message, keep it short, and make sure that it's not real sales pitchy. So when this comes to Sarah, she opens up this email, she's going to see, wow, this Jamie guy sent me a video instead of just, this long email. And you can imagine what that does for the prospect. It gets them excited about getting to know you. They're probably going to watch the video. Now we're going to come over to LinkedIn. I'm going to show you how to actually send the video in a message in LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a powerful tool, powerful way to be able to get conversations going. So I'm going to go to Sarah again because she's my prospect of choice today. It's very simple. I can come in here and I can click on message and then back over to Dubb. I'm going to jump back over there and make sure that I've got the video recorded. So this shows you kind of how this process works. When I click on videos here in Dubb, it'll take me onto all of the videos that I've recently shot. And you can see that I've got the Sarah video right here. Again, come in and go over to this icon here to copy for email. Also works for copying for LinkedIn. I'll click on that to make sure that I've got it copied. Then I'm going to jump back over to LinkedIn where I was with Sarah, and I'm just going to click on message. And then I'm going to put a little short message in here. Usually what I put is, hey, Sarah, so glad that we could connect. Check out this personalized video that I shot just for you and tell me what you think. And then I'm going to actually paste the video in here. And at first in LinkedIn, when you do this, it doesn't show anything. It just shows a link. But when I go to send, you'll be able to see what it actually does. It'll actually come in and show the actual thumbnail, as you can see right here. So she can see as I'm sending this message, Sarah again will be able to see that I sent her a video in LinkedIn.
Thanks, Jamie, for walking us through that process of how to use Dubb to create personalized videos and connect with our prospects. So if you're interested in taking your career to the next level, it's time to start harnessing the power of video marketing. That's all we have for you today. If you enjoyed this video or found value, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any videos from Advancing Insurance Professionals. We'll see you next time.